Before I start, I have a request to make. This is a celebration, guys. Smile. Please smile more, right? This is too serious. Distinguished members of the faculty, my fellow colleagues at Brandix, dear parents and students, I'm really pleased to be here in this celebration. This is a celebration of hard-earned achievement of 91 people here today. So I would first like to congratulate all of you on this achievement, and along with the loved ones who are here with you, who have supported and sacrificed in this journey, as well as the members of the faculty who have guided you and facilitated for you to be where you are today. This is a fantastic achievement, a job well done to all of you. She said facts, so I looked at some facts. I asked Priyanka, what is the composition of these 91 people? So when I looked at the composition, the vast majority of you, a significant majority of you are at the early stages of your career. And many of you are less than the age of my experience that she kindly mentioned, 3 decades, or less than 3 decades. Right? So I thought in the few minutes that is allocated to me, it will be appropriate that I share some perspective on a few things that I consider are foundational, elements that are necessary to build a meaningful career. This is not academic by any means, this is experiential. Hope it helps. So let me start. The first element of building a meaningful career that I want to touch on is adopting a learning mindset. Now, most of you are leaving full-time education. In full-time education, the modus operandi is training and teaching. It's what I call a push system. Right? The onus is largely on the person delivering the knowledge. You are entering a world which is less idealistic, be it employment or entrepreneurship. In that world, there is a shift from training to learning. So it requires a shift in mindset as well, because there is a big difference. Many people are disappointed that they don't find organizations that train well. That's true, because organizations are not training. There are many organizations though that facilitate effective learning. Just reflect on that. If you take, what does that mean to you? If you take that responsibility onto yourself, that your knowledge and skills development is your business, you are in the driving seat, you are learning as opposed to waiting to be trained, you can make use of the facilitations that organizations give and put distance between yourself and your competition when it comes to career progress. One important aspect that I would like to ask you to do is cultivate the habit of reading. My daughter is 22 years old, so I know all about social media presence. Right? So be careful of over-obsession with destructive social media usage. Instead, channel all that time and energy into reading. Some of us take to it very naturally, but many of us, like myself, it's not natural. We have to cultivate that habit. We have to work hard at it. If you do, I'm guaranteed it will become a habit. One book that I would like to ask you to read is titled Mindset. Roland recommended this to me. It's authored by Dr. Carol S. Dweck and it speaks of a concept of growth mindset. It's very essential as you journey through your career. Growth mindset enables learning. So that's the first element of effective career building. Let me get on to the second one. The second is about having a plan for financial prudence. I think Hasita will agree with me. The number of young people that we see who are getting into trouble at early stages by living beyond their means, spending what they don't have, is really sad. They get into the crib at very early stages of their life purely due to improper financial planning. I urge you, don't live somebody else's life. Wealth is important, but I guarantee more and more wealth does not mean more and more fulfillment. Those are two different things. I suggest that you seek and find people who can help you with a proper financial plan in line with your career aspirations, and please cultivate discipline in sticking to that plan. Avoid distractions. Right? Now these days you can't import cars, but there was a time when people are just starting life and the primary objective is getting a personal loan out at 19% interest and buying an SUV. Dangerous. Don't get caught into that trap. This is what I call a credit card economy. They live off credit cards and they fall into the trick very soon. Beware of that. The last element that I would like to touch on is a personal favorite of mine. This is the concept called mindfulness. We call it sati in Bali. Right? The brilliant thing is mindfulness was born from the great philosophy that originated from our part of the world. Sati is originating from this part of the world, but unfortunately, like many other things that are good that we have inherited, we don't pay respect to it as much as we should. So what is mindful planning when it comes to career? Simple. It's about focusing on the present. Right? Now, does that mean that you don't have to have long-term ambitions and a long-term plan as far as your career is concerned? Absolutely not. Long-term plans are great. It's necessary. But if the long-term plan is a source of distraction, and it is not allowing you to focus on the job at hand, that's not going to serve you well. Let me tell you what I have learned in my life, because I have always been employed. If you focus what you have been entrusted with a sense of responsibility as opposed to a sense of entitlement, do it with passion, go over and beyond what is required, and make sure that it is coupled with the right values and ethics. You don't have to go in search of careers. Careers will come in search of you. I'll guarantee you that. So just think about that and reflect on it. So I just touched on briefly 3 things. Adopting a learning mindset as opposed to relying on training. Ensuring that you are guided properly in terms of financial prudence. And staying mindful in your journey as you go through your careers. I chose to talk about these 3 things briefly because as we groom people in our industry, what I have noticed is misplaced expectations in these 3 aspects have been the cause of derailment of many promising careers. So I thought I'll share that with you so that you stay mindful of those things as we go along. I hope it helps you as you reflect on it, if not today, at least at some point in your journey. Again, I'm extremely privileged to be here. Thank you, ladies, for the kind words again. And I wish all of you a future filled with peace and contentment. Thank you very much.